Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
Wake up at Holiday Inn Express to a can't-miss breakfast that's free with every stay. Count on all the hot, fresh coffee you need and an incredible breakfast buffet that has something for everyone, like eggs, cinnamon rolls, and even hot, fresh pancakes with all the toppings you crave. Next time, do yourself a favor and stay at a Holiday Inn Express with a can't-miss breakfast that's free with every stay. So, when you wake up at Holiday Inn Express, you'll wake up happy. A part of IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Yes, it's Seal Test Variety Theater with Henry Russell and his orchestra, the Crew Chiefs Quartet, the Dean of the Royal Family of the Theater, Lionel Barrymore, and one of radio's brightest comedy stars, Gary Moore. And here she is, our gal Thursday, the singing star of Variety Theater, Dorothy Lamour.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and hello, everyone. Welcome to our Seal Test Variety Theater. I feel really wonderful tonight, and who wouldn't with two such loyal and talented friends standing by as Lionel Barrymore and Gary Moore.
Well, hello, Dorothy, my child. A happy new year to you.
Well, thanks, Lionel. I think that calls for a kiss.
Oh, so that's how it works, huh? Oh, hiya, Dottie, old girl. Happy New Year. Well, how's about a kiss?
Well, Gary, after all, that is...
It's no use, Gary. You can't get away with that sort of thing until you get older.
You know, I think maybe you're right. Hello, Dorothy, my child. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, and a very happy New Year to you.
And that's all? Well, I guess that's that.
That's the trouble with you young fellas nowadays. Why, son, when I was your age, if I saw a pretty girl I wanted to kiss, I just went right up and asked no questions and kissed her.
Well, didn't you get slapped in the face?
Yeah, sure, but I got an awful lot of kisses.
I don't think we have to worry about Gary. He's not so shy.
Oh, that's not true, Dottie. You know, as a matter of fact, I spent a very sheltered childhood. Why, I was 24 years old before I went out with the opposite sex.
Was your mother that strict?
No, she just wouldn't tell me which was the opposite sex. I don't know. I guess I've outgrown my adolescence. I meet so many people since I'm the quizmaster on Take It or Leave It. It's given me more assurance.
Well, how about you, Lionel? Did playing Dr. Gillespie have any effect upon you?
Oh, it certainly did. After portraying a doctor for so many years, I took it so seriously that if a friend sneezed, I said Gesundheit and sent him a bill for medicine.
How about you, Dottie, and all those jungle pictures you played in?
Oh, don't remind me about it. For years, I couldn't sit down to dinner unless there was a monkey at the table. But what about that quiz show you're doing, Gary? Does that have any effect on your personal life?
Well, sometimes, yeah. Like I've been going with a girl here recently, and the other night her father called me in. He said, "Young man, for 3 years now you've been kissing, hugging, and smooching with my daughter. I want to ask you a few questions."
Oh, what did you say?
All right, sir. Which category do you choose?
Thank you, Mr. Barrymore, Mr. Gary Moore, and Miss Lamour. It's going to sound like the more the merrier. If you'll stand by for just a moment, we'd like to tell you about a special treat.
Get the best, get Seal Test.
Are you tired of 1948? Or just plain tired? Well, here's a tip on how to feel fine in 49. Drink more milk, at least a pint a day for adults, a quart a day for youngsters. Milk has what it takes to help give you zip and zing. Plenty of health-building vitamins, minerals, and proteins. And how you'll enjoy your good health builder when it's Seal Test homogenized vitamin D milk. It's creamy, rich, and smooth, packed with delicious farm-fresh flavor. Drink lots of Seal Test homogenized vitamin D milk. It'll help you feel fine in 49.
Get the best, get Seal Test.
And now Dottie Lamour, our own pretty baby, steps to the microphone as she bids goodbye to old man 1948. She welcomes young little 1949 and hopes that he'll be a pretty baby.
Everybody loves a baby, that's why I'm in love with you. Pretty baby, and I'd like to be your sister, brother, dad, and mother too. Pretty baby,